Testing. Are we in? Okay. Let's go. Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Eddy, and I will explain a little bit about special relativity. Okay. First thing first, Sir Isaac Newton said, time and space is constant, which is absolute, and no matter what, they are always be like that. But he doesn't explain about why and how it can be like that. And then in 1905, some dude with the craziest theory of physics telling to the world that time and space isn't constant. It can change and flare up just like fluid. Just imagine time and space just like water. Get it? He called it relativity. Albert Einstein made this just with imagination in his mind.
Imagination.
There's no evidence or trial behind it, but it makes sense. He said that the matter that have constant energy and constant speed is only light. In quantum mechanics, it's called photon. And the only thing that can influence the light only strong gravitational effect. For example, black hole. Why it can be? Well, anything can be pulled by a black hole because the massive mass and that mass can make the gravitational effect of black hole becoming stronger. Even our galaxy, Milky Way, has a black hole for the center. Even light has no mass, only wavelength and energy, also momentum. According to Einstein's relativistic energy formula, E for the energy that light equals mass of the light and the speed of light time by speed of light, or speed of light quadratic. And just with simple math, you find the mass. But no, light is electromagnetic radiation from moving electrons. It had no mass. But according to Einstein's theory of special relativity, any object with raised mass gains relativistic mass as it increases in momentum, and if something were to reach the speed of light, it would have infinite mass. Confusing? Yeah. Anyway, even light doesn't have mass. What does it? The strong gravitational effect is the one and only thing that can make light bending, just like water flows to the glass. The shape of glass is gravitational effect and the water is light. If you think more harder, you can know why the universe is always infinite every time. You don't know what's causing it, but you can understand it by flowing the water to the floor. And just imagine the water is space that keep expanding through time, and the floor is our universe. And that is, gentlemen, you doesn't know why the universe is expanding, but you can understand it, how it works, just by simply imagining it. Einstein postulate. It all comes from Newton's mechanics, which cannot explain events related to near speed of light. There is two postulates. One, natural law of motion is same for all term of reference of inertia. Silent straight frame of motion reference frame. 2. Speed of light in vacuum is constant and absolute, always same for all observer, and does not depends the motion of the light source and the observers. The light goes as fast as c, which is c is 9,792,458 meter per second, or 3 times 10 square 8 meter per second. Choose your side. Special relativity. This theory is explain the application of Einstein's postulate moving object, that the speed of object is approaching the light speed. First, object move, observer move. In this case, the object and the observers is moving each other, it raises the object's relative speed with the observers. For example, you sit in a train and you see another train from the window passing by. You just sit down, do nothing, but because you sit on the train, you have same speed as the train. Same thing will happen if you sit at bus, car, even at plane. The formula to know how much relative speed with you and the train or object is v for the relative speed, v1, object 1 speed, u, plus minus v2, the second object speed or the train that you look from the window, and divided by 1 plus minus v1 times v2 divided by c square, for the c is speed of light. And little note for you is, if the object and you came from different direction, north and south, it will be using plus formula. If it's same, then use minus formula. But if the third person look you and the train walking in same direction, then you will use plus formula. Object move, silent observer. This thing have three kind of theory, but it depends on the relativistic multiplier notation. The formula for this notation is gamma. For the notation is root of 1 minus v square divided by c square. For the v square is speed of object and c is speed of light. First theory of this silent observer is time dilation. Just imagine if time is just like a rubber and gravity is your hand. But don't just use gravity for this thing. You can change with feeling, mind. Even at the moment when you died, 1 second before it, the time will feel longer than it will be. If the time is absolute, so why did it can be feels longer or faster? It only can use by 2 persons at one time. You can place 1 person at Earth and another one in Moon. Perspective of Earth citizen and Moon citizen will be different, and that is the causing of the time dilation. It was just different perspective, but in reality it's already happening, just like you and me right now. Reading some book of history may be interesting for you, but not for me. I more like to watch the documentary, film or videos. It's because you enjoy read and I enjoy watching. The feels you get from reading is different for me. The formula for this confusing concept is delta t for time lapse for moving observer equals by delta t0 for the time lapse for silent observer divided by gamma. Time contraction. If you're seeing some object that move really fast near speed of light, your eyes will catch the look of the light of the object becoming decreased until you can't see it anymore. This can be happening because human eyes is not meant to be seeing objects so fast, just like photon, quark of light. And no matter how you tried, you would not watch it with only your eyes. Except we have some camera that the frame rate per second can be equalized as speed of light. They already did in Germany. Well, this is more easy to imagine. Just take a look at rocket that launched to space. The more it leaves the atmosphere, the strength will be more decreased from your own perspective, of course. But things goes differently if you're moving just like the object. I mean, you race with the object. The formula is L for length that measured by moving observer equals by L0 that length that measured by silent observer times by gamma.